On to RISIEC, Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission has scheduled fresh local government elections for Saturday, August 9, 2025, following the nullification of the previous polls by the Supreme Court. The chairman of RISIEC, Justice Adolphus Enebeli, retired, announced the new date on Wednesday during a stakeholders meeting in Port Harcourt. Enebeli explained that the decision was in compliance with last Friday's Supreme Court judgment, which voided the October 5, 2024 local government elections conducted by the Commission. He stated, in exercise of the powers conferred on the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission by Section 5 of the RISIEC Law No. 2 of 2018 and all other enabling provisions, the Commission hereby provides guidelines for political parties, stipulating rules and procedures for electioneering campaigns. The Commission therefore announces that local government elections will hold on Saturday, August 9, 2025, in all 23 local government areas of Rivers State. The fresh election comes amid heightened political tension in the state following the Supreme Court's ruling, which rendered the tenure of the previously elected local government officials invalid. All right, what do you make of this story?
Well, I actually heard that he also has been summoned by the Rivers State
Yes, the Rivers State House of Assembly has summoned him.
That is something I've not put my attention to and looked at it purely, but it's a good way to go. The Supreme Court has done what legally they are supposed to do. Now it's for them to not make sure that it's no longer illegal. That they do it accordingly so that Rivers State does not waste money. Because remember that running an election costs a lot of money in this our region, in this part of the world, because we simply, as Nigerians, we simply have not been ready to take it to the next level, probably have the right kind of tech. But that's apart. I think every party that wants to do an election should be preparing for the election. If he has questions to answer with the Rivers State House of Assembly, he should go and answer the questions. Or if there is an election timetable, then everybody should do the right thing, stay in line, follow the law. If he has to answer questions on how he conducted the other
2024 elections,
it's important, and I like that. Accountability matters. I always talk about it on TV here that the problem we have in this country is that there is no consequence management metrics. We have people that are asked questions for what they've done, and what they do carry go, and that carry go syndrome is a very bad syndrome. I think when you do something that has to do with the public, same thing I think Mahmoud should face. You come back and give us. You tell us how you spent the money, how you went about it, how you came to certain conclusions. And for example, I was part of the election last year, and
the local government elections.
Yes, and one thing I noticed that was very sad was the fact that it was an exercise in
futility.
Yeah.
Why do you say that?
Yeah, because I supported it. I did press work for a particular candidate, and we took our time to visit people, stakeholders. We took our time to campaign. Prepared for an election. The governor assured us that it was going to be a free and fair election. And I can tell you can take me anywhere. The reverse was the case. In fact, it's the worst kind of election I've seen. So, in a way, for the fact that it's affecting Rivers people economically, I do not like it. But truth be told, that election was not the selection of the Rivers State people, the local government election. It was an imposition on the Rivers State people, whether you like it or not. You might hate me or like me for saying it, but the truth is always the truth. It's a bitter pill. An election where you had no result sheets. There was a lot of things. We wanted to go to court. We wanted to take up legal action after the election, but we had a lot of groups meeting us, telling us to let states move on, that things have happened. But that was what played out. And if nobody wants to say that, I will say it, that the election was done in a bad faith. It was done to consolidate something which, for me, wasn't the right approach. If you said you're a messiah to Rivers State people and you're trying to be a messiah, then do things appropriately, do things in the right way. And that election for me was not done properly. People were not allowed to actually exercise their franchise. And I think it's an opportunity for things to be done the right way this second time. Let the people's choices be there. So that if the people make wrong choices, the people can go to the poll the next time and vote out their wrong choices. So for me, if the RISIEC boss has questions to answer, it should go and answer the River State House of Assembly. But the best thing that came out of this whole thing was the fact that the elections that were cancelled by the Supreme Court was the right thing for them to do.
All right.
I agree with them on that point.
All right, very well. What do you make of this story, RISIEC fixing another date for the local government election?
So you see, River State, what is happening in River State gets funnier by the day. You know, first, it is a good thing to fix election, right or right, because we don't want to. Why are you laughing? We don't want to. We don't want any vacuum in governance, which is good, you know. But you see, if you go back to our previous conversations that have appeared on your station, you can see that all I said earlier
has happened.
Is happening. And I wish those persons that I was having those conversations with on this station are here today. You know, Shoma, I told you earlier, before now, that election that was done, been validated. It has happened. Now, the RISIEC are fixed with the intention to comply with the Electoral Act. Fine and good, but there are underlying issues. And just as it is popularly said, that you cannot place something on nothing and expect it to stand. That is what is appearing to happen again. Why am I saying this? The election can only be conducted in line with the Electoral Act and the River State Independent Electoral Commission Law 2024 as amended. These two laws, by virtue of the Supreme Court judgment, appears to have a conflict. So there needs to be an amendment to make it align with the national law as pronounced by the Supreme Court. That is one point. The second point is that the election is a state election. It is a government election, which means it is going to be financed, sponsored, and conducted by governmental institutions. And so I am saying that because this is going to be sponsored by the government, it has to be budgeted on. It has to be appropriated on. So I've said this several years that you cannot rule River State or you cannot do something of government by the breast pocket. You cannot just go to your pocket and just bring anything as you want. Okay, tomorrow go and buy bread for Abua people. No, it must be on appropriation law. You want to do election, fine. This is how much you want to spend for election. You go and defend it in the House of Assembly. That these are the things we want to do for election. Have you not seen INEC going to National Assembly to defend their budget? Has that played in River State? As we speak, River State does not have a budget in 2024. In 2025, they don't have a budget. And it's not even a matter of 2024 have passed. The Supreme Court have pronounced it last February that the matter of budget of 2024 is a live issue. It is alive, it is living, it is alive and breathing as we speak. So that is to tell you that 2024, we don't have a budget. 2025, we don't have a budget. So how are we going to do? You know, if we need to be careful so that we don't make these issues in River State get repetitive and get so bad.
Complex.
The way we are going. Fine, let's do election. Fine. That is why the Supreme Assembly is calling the governor, come, so that we begin to do all this. They have even informed the governor that they want to amend the law to be in line with the Supreme Court judgment.
The River State elected, yeah. They've said that.
You know, so the Justice Enebele, who is already indicted by the Supreme Court judgment, fine, he has taken a good step. He wants to make amends. Good. But let us not jump the gun so that we don't make the mistake again.
The one would say, did he act on his own volition? Of course, he would have acted with the instruction from the executive.
I wouldn't
When
want
the
to.
governor was giving a state broadcast, and when he was instructing the sacked local government chairman to hand over to heads of local government administration, the governor also said that this should be done. The heads of local government administration should take over the running of the councils pending when RISIEC conducts another election. And in the wake of that, RISIEC convenes a stakeholder meeting and releases dates for the local government elections. Can Justice Enebeli, in this instance, retired, on his own volition, call for a stakeholder meeting and release a date? The date must be assigned by the governor.
Choma, I am not one that lives on speculation. I keep on saying here that most times I talk based on the law.
Yes.
And if it's not favoring me or favoring my sentiment, I would rather not say anything. I don't want to speculate that the governor is the one that told the right honorable justice what to do. I want to believe that by the virtue of the RISIEC law 2024 as amended, that RISIEC is an independent body. But that is what his position the law says. It's an independent body. And in as much as you have been appointed, even though the governor is the one that appoints, they are assumed to be independent
and can act in that capacity.
Whatever happened behind the scene is not actually something I want to speculate on national TV. So I am saying that going by the law and going by what is happening, whether the governor has told you or what the governor has not told you, and if nobody has told you, and by virtue of who you are as a person and by the position you are holding, you feel you want to do the right thing, I'm saying that probably he did not avert his mind to what I'm saying.
All right.
So if any of them might be listening to me now, I'm saying that good, you have fixed a date. But I don't see that date being practicable if all these things I've laid previously, these things I've mentioned before now, have not been taken care of. Whoever goes into there to go and conduct election, to do an election, will also go and have a fait accompli as it is, or as it were.
Can RISIEC source for funds independent?
No. You cannot. How can you source for funds? Even if you want to source for funds independently, you have to take the approval of the assembly, the lawmakers.
They will appropriate.
I've seen some people writing, "You guys do GoFundMe, let's go do it." Fine, it's a good idea. I've seen it, people writing on social media that we will do GoFundMe if there's no money to do the election. Good. I don't want the people to suffer. I have people that are working in the local government area. You get? And so you cannot go on your own. You must write to the assembly, and the assembly will approve. So please, okay, since you don't have money here to do this election, go and source for funds. And that will be sealed by letter written and signed and documented. That's what I'm saying, that we are not living in a pariah state. We are living in a state of laws. Your duty is not to go and look for money. You are not a revenue generating body. Your duty is to conduct election. And when you are ready to conduct election, you tell us that this is the amount you want to spend. You bring it to the assembly approves, the governor executes.